Hello, fellow classmates in HTE3570, Hospitality and Travel Marketing. My name is Suzanne Miller, and I'm going to be talking about Chapter 4 and 5 in Chapter 1 for the first chapter assignment presentation. For Chapter 4, I learned that it basically talks about customer behavior. I'm going to start with influencing the customer behavior and what the factors are. I currently work at the Hyatt Place and Hyatt House downtown Denver Hotel and as a front desk agent, and our job is to read the customer and greet the guest as they come in and kind of read how they are feeling, because a lot of guests, are traveling really hard, so we consider ourselves a business hotel since we're located next to a bunch of offices in the convention center and other popular business people attractions. So when a guest first comes in, I want to make sure if they're super tired or if they're feeling energetic. I want to read them and go off of how they're feeling. So in the book, the first personal factors are needs, wants, and motivation. For the needs for, like my hotel, people are needing to come to downtown to attend a convention, or they need to come down to do a business meeting and other things. Also in a hotel, we don't just exclusive ourselves to business people, we just attract business people just because of location and price point and the amenities that we offer as well. So we also have a pool and a fitness center and breakfast in the morning and food obviously in a bar. So a lot of leisure travelers will come and stay at the hotel because they are wanting to use those amenities for fun. They're touring Colorado and Denver and other events that are happening downtown as well. We do tend to get booked as well for that. Motivation, people need to stay at a hotel for a lot of different reasons, for business meetings, for fun, for moving to a different place, so they need a place to stay. And then the other factors that we have discussed through the discussion board and the professor's presentation are perception, personality, and lifestyle, so self-concept. So those are perception. Let me see if I can find the textbook definition. But from my understanding, perception is just how people, here it is. Customers use their five senses, sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell, to size up hospitality and travel services and the industry's promotional messages. So our Hyatt Hotel, Hyatt Place, Hyatt House message to the guests is to be the cleanliness and friendliness. And so we always make sure to have a high standard of housekeeping, make sure people are getting their service that they need for the stay and how long they're staying with. And this can be kind of different for the different type of traveler that's coming into a hotel as well. For a business hotel, I think a business traveler, their perception of the senses that they're going to be using is going to be different from a leisure traveler. A leisure traveler is going to soak up more of the sights and the smells and the things to do. I think leisure travelers tend to be a little bit more focused on entertainment and things that will benefit their personality and learning skills, while the business traveler is more focused on where to go, who they're meeting, sometimes places to eat or good networking places to be at. So a lot of location is very important to those travelers. Personality, that kind of goes in with just the different type of traveler and the reason that the person is going to be at the hotel. And then lifestyle, that also kind of goes with business and leisure traveler. But I think they do also intertwine with each other sometimes. Business can be fun as well. I think with our generation and as millennials, a lot of business travelers try to make their trip as fun as they can because they're still, getting out of their hometown, out of their comfort zone. So they do want to take an extra day to tour the city instead of just having the, time crunch of I'm going straight from the airport to the hotel to my meeting and then leaving. Nowadays a lot of people are wanting to take some extra time to explore and travel. And that's what I've experienced being the front desk agent. I do as concierge as well. So the business travelers are definitely asking for fun things to do as well. And then restaurants are super popular. Food is a huge thing in America. As being a traveler, you want to try what's local and get a feel for the things in the town that they're visiting. Customer perception is the needs, search for info, cultures, and subcultures. Traveling is doing a lot of research for the place that you're visiting. I feel like a lot of people don't want to come into a new environment and not knowing what to expect. I think it's very important to do a little bit of research, but obviously some people don't. The business travelers are having all their expenses paid for, so they just hop on the plane and go where they need to go. So it's also my job, and I also want to make sure that people feel prepared and they know what they want from their stay and from their travelers. So I strive to make people feel informed, and I try to give them the resources to help them do what they want to do. This also goes into the marketing industry. In our sales department, they're dealing with a lot of group reservations, so they will set up like wedding parties, the whole family, group of 10, and then we do like large business conventions. So they do setups for the business travelers that need a complete different rate and booking and the different room types I'll be needing for all of them. And as a front desk agent, I do help them with some of those as well, and like the billing concerns, check-in, check-out process as well. So that comes in tie with the event planner. That event planners are often coming into our hotel. They're requesting for the RFP, request form proposal, and they are telling us the dates, the group, the amount of people, what they need. Because we do have business or meeting spaces for people, because they are wanting to use that for business purposes, obviously. And so we can provide that for them and then show them the tours, of course. So that kind of goes into pre-purchase, purchase, consumption, and post-consumption. And then we always want to bring people back. We use a survey system that we send via email to guests. And this asks them questions if they are willing to come back to our hotel or how their stay was. So we strive to be the best in the hotel industry. I think it is very competitive, especially downtown, since Denver is a huge tourist hotspot, a huge business hotspot as well. People are wanting to come and check it out. The need for a hierarchy, that was also discussed in Chapter 4. For the discussion, I had answered the first question, which is, why is it important for hospitality or travel organizations to understand the behavior of its customers? I had talked about this a little bit in the beginning of my recording here, that it's important to understand from a front desk agent. I do a little bit of selling when it comes to like upgrades, making new reservations, and things like that. I want to make sure the guest is having the experience that they want. In the travel industry, I think we are selling an experience, so it's important for people to make sure that their standards are met, and then it also depends like where they're coming from. But it's also just listening. A lot of people will use their body language and certain cues to show how they are feeling. So in the need hierarchy, it is self-actualization, esteem, belonging to social, psychological, and safety. And in the book here on page 101, it starts with figure 4.2. It shows the relationship of needs, wants, motivation, and objectives. And the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is one of the cognitive theories of a human motivation. It suggests that customers attach varying levels of priority to different needs. Maslow suggests 5 categories of the needs, which I had stated here. So we can start with psychological needs are the most basic, including the need for food and liquid clothing, relaxation, and physical exercise. In the hotel industry, we do offer a lot of those amenities. A lot of people are traveling, so they want a different type of food and beverage at the bar. Those are one of the popular things that we do the rating for. And unfortunately, some complaints do happen at the bar and restaurant that we do offer. Because people are always going to need to eat. And this is also a safety concern to some people. Some people do have allergies or diet restrictions. They only want to eat certain foods, or they only want to drink certain drinks, obviously. And then we have to make sure that the cooks are fully trained, the bartenders know how to do those accommodations for our guests. Also, other safety concerns. A lot of people, I feel like in the hospitality, if you aren't working in a hotel already, you probably never thought of the housekeeping and how they go into play. Housekeeping engineering, I think they are huge components of the safety concerns that happen in the hotel. When it comes to security, housekeeping does go into the rooms, and they are responsible for looking for the signs of a danger guest, someone who may be plotting a threat, someone who may have dangerous objects like guns or weapons, bombs, since they're going into the rooms. As a front desk agent, I have been trained to look for the security and safety concerns of guests. That can include like people not wanting to provide an ID or a credit card because they don't want to be tracked. So they are kind of a threat, so I do report that to management. And then they do the other safety concerns as well. Belonging, when people are wanting to travel, they are needing certain places and things to go to just kind of feel like, especially if they're international travelers, I feel like they want to, most people try to be accustomed to the culture that they're being exposed to, which I think is a good traveling trait, instead of being just cranky the whole time. And then self-actualization and esteem goes into creating awareness and providing a basis, which helps with the marketing of the hotel and then putting it all together. At the Hyatt, we do show concern for the experience, and this just shows that the behavior of the customers can reflect if we are just making sure that we show the guests that we care. That's, I think, just a human trait. People want to be, they want to know that they're feeling like they are cared for. And that goes all the way from page 101 to about 110, I believe. Yeah, that's what I have here. Thank you so much for participating in my chapter discussion. Please please let me know if you have any other more questions or